Good morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. Start this week with a couple of quick shout outs. First one to Joe. You thieving swine stealing my format. Only kidding, mate. If I've inspired you in any way, I'm really happy. This is just how I prefer to do it. So yeah, you keep going. The content's great, mate, loving it. As for this thing with the private subscribers, I was looking into this myself about a week ago. I was just curious to see who my subscribers was. I think I've got 42 or 43, something like that. I was really curious to see who they were, and it'll only list about probably 19 of them, and it says, like you found out, that the rest of them are private subscribers that don't want to be known, don't want you to know who they are. Not quite sure how that works or why you would want to do that. If I subscribe to a channel, I'm not bothered whether anybody knows who I am, so it's interesting, that one. I'm glad you found out who your 4 subscribers were. Robert De Niro, Brian De Palma, Martin Scorsese and Werner Herzog. Where the bloody hell did you track that one from? I've heard of him, and I know he directed a movie with Klaus Kinski called Fitzcarraldo. That was Werner Herzog, wasn't it? So obviously German director. I mean, he's going to be with a name like that, isn't he? As for The Hunt for Red October, I ain't got a clue. I remember watching it years ago and got a vague swipe at understanding it, but no, to be honest, it was a little bit too sort of intense for me, that one. It's not one I intend to revisit shortly, although perhaps I should do. With it being a Sean Connery film, I remember it being good, I just didn't quite get it. And as for those other platforms you mentioned, I'm not on any of them. I can't be doing with TikTok. It's I don't know, it's a kids thing, I don't know. All I'm on really is Instagram, YouTube, Letterboxd. I started a Letterboxd account last year and have just started posting reviews on it again. It's good because you can just do sort of quick reviews, just a couple of lines if you want. So I'm quite enjoying working on that. I posted one on there for Don't Look Up. Was it Don't Look Up? I think it was last week. And I've already got 1 like on that one. So, and the website's doing really well. I really need to post more on it though. It's got 18,000 something visitors so far, which isn't bad. But I need to get some more content on there, so I'm going to be posting some more proper sort of reviews and news items on there very shortly. But yeah, I'm loving your content, Joe. Keep it up, mate. Absolutely, keep posting them videos. I've not watched the one on Jaws 4 yet, which I really want to have a look at. But I did love the shout-outs one. I thought that was great. I love getting shout-outs. That's why I do it, because I always imagine that everybody sort of loves them as much as I do. So yeah, and the other thing I was going to show you, you mentioned Who Dares Wins. Let me just pop this drink down. That is the version that you want. This is the version that I got a few months ago. Cracking print. It'd certainly be a lot better than your 480p one or whatever it was. But you've got, there's not many features in this, but I believe you do get a poster in it. I think I showed this off once before. But I'll just very quickly show you now while I've got your attention. There you go. That's one side of it, and then you got another side. Looks like that. So, but it's a nice little box set, and the film itself I don't think has ever looked better. I haven't seen it for quite a while up until last year when I got this, and it really does look great. So, and the other one I wanted to mention to you, you mentioned about the Bruce Lee box set. This is the other one that I've got. I keep this because it's a nice box set. It's DVD, it's not Blu-ray. I have become a bit of a Blu-ray snob, so I probably wouldn't watch these again, but it's such a nice little set. It's held together by some kind of a magnetic thing, and all the DVDs are in there. You do get, I believe is there a little book in here? Let me just have a quick look. So you've got all your films inside these things like that sort of spring open. And then you've got this little book. It's a 30th anniversary commemoration book. Now we all know how crap I am at this, but can't really see anything, can you? It's just bits, tiny little article. I give all of that. It's a nice little set though. I don't know whether it's still available. I believe it still is, but that's a cracking little set if you've not got it, and I will keep it. But yeah, that's well worth it. The other shout out is to Rich. Nice to see you posting on the group, mate. That one on VHS was absolutely brilliant. I think I seem to remember Jason posted something like that a few weeks ago as well. But I love talking about VHS. I mean, there's a whole generation of people out there that have never even seen it. You know what I mean? Because you can't usually find them outside of junk shops and second-hand places now. But I really, really do hope it comes back. I've still got a lot of my VHS. If I just show you a couple of these now, this is a rare one, the Human League video single. And this, there you go, there's the cassette that's inside it. It's only about, what, 9 minutes long or something like that. But this was the first ever, I believe, music video, as in video cassette. I would imagine this is as rare as hen's teeth now, which is one reason I would never ever get rid of it. But that's a cracking little one. And the other one I remember buying was that one, and I bought this one because it had got the uncensored version of the Girls on Film video, which everybody was talking about at the time. Now this one's looking a bit ropey now because it has been played many times. But that's... do you remember, by the way, you used to be able to record over on VHS, not like you can't on DVD. So you've got this little tab at the bottom here. Now on pre-recorded tapes that was missing to stop you from recording, but on actual tapes there was a tab in there enabling you to basically record over and over. And the fun we had with VHS back then, good God. Anybody remember VHS recorders chewing up tapes, especially ones that you'd rented out? Oh God, nightmare. And the only other one that I've managed to find, I've got some of these in the attic I think, but this is the only one for some reason that I've kept down here. This is a big box edition. This is obviously an ex-rental that I bought from somewhere. Flynn, starring Guy Pearce as Errol Flynn. I don't think I've ever watched it. This is from about 1996. Oh, it's quite a recent one then. But there you go. There's the tape in there. A bit different from the disc we're used to now, isn't it? But yeah, VHS for me is just a pure nostalgia trip. Absolutely love it. And I do stand by what I say, Rich. I reckon VHS at some point in the future will come back. We all know the quality's not as good as digital or DVD or Blu-ray, and we do love our pristine copies on Blu-ray, but nothing beats, like I said last night, putting a record on a record or an LP and those crackles and pops that you get at the beginning, and the same with VHS, having to adjust the tracking to get the picture just right. Remember that one? Yeah, so yeah, nice one, Rich. That brought back a few memories. Post from Jason about the movie Squirm. You don't like that one, do you, mate? You don't like that one at all. That has the same effect on you as Kingdom of the Spiders had on me the first time I saw it. But having talked about it, obviously I had to go and see what they were going for nowadays. And a lot of them were, like you say, they were going for stupid prices, like £40 and £50. But I actually found a copy of Squirm on DVD, on Blu-ray, on CEX. I've never shopped in there. I believe there's a CEX shop in town, isn't there, in the Octagon? And I've never been in there, but I actually found this one online for 20 quid, and I didn't realise at the time it's a 2-disc set. So I'm looking forward to having a watch of that. I know it's on Talking Pictures TV next week, but I remember getting hold of a copy of this on Super 8mm. This would have been about 1976-77. And it was in black and white and silent. Can you imagine that? We're used to this now, which is, as I say, pristine quality, colour, sound, beautiful Blu-ray quality. Back then, this was before VHS, what you had was Super 8mm, and you had, let's see, it was black and white silent, or you had black and white sound, or colour silent or colour sound. And colour sound was way too expensive, but I'd read articles about this in the newspaper the week it came out, and it was billed as being absolutely terrifying, and I needed to see it. So I settled for a black and white silent version, which basically condensed the film down into, I believe it was 8 minutes. That's what they did, condensed a 90-minute film down into about 8 or 9 minutes on a small reel of Super 8mm film. I've got none of those left. I wish I had to show you, but that's how we rocked back then on Super 8. Some of you will remember that, but I'm looking forward to having a watch of that. I haven't seen that for many years. Right, what have I been buying? Oh no, Guy, I've got my bullet points here. Look, there you go. In case I forget anything. Guy, brilliant video, mate. You're always half cut when you come on. I love it. I'm glad you liked Don't Look Up. I thought it was great. I really did. I'm not sure it's best picture material, but I thought it was excellent. Really, really good. And you're right. Everybody should have a go at doing the vids. Obviously, I've done them. Chris has done quite a few. You've done a few. Jason's done 1 or 2. I mean, it's your group, guys. If you want to post a vid of anything that you've watched, even if it's 20 or 30 seconds saying, watch this, thought it was brilliant, stick it on, honestly. They'll be more than welcome. I would love to see other people doing vids. So, yeah, everybody go for it. As for the Ipcrest file, Guy, oh, I've really been looking forward to watching that. Now, I haven't seen the originals, the Michael Caine movies, so maybe I would say that, I don't know. But I've seen the trailer so many times over the last couple of weeks, and I've sort of recorded the first episode, not watched it yet. I'm curious, is it just one of these films that you think they shouldn't touch with a barge pole, as in it's a classic and this, that and the other? I don't know. Having never seen it, I don't know. But it's one I do want to watch, because I'm currently listening to Michael Caine's autobiography, and he talks a lot about the Harry Palmer trilogy. And I do want to watch them. I've got hold of all 3, and I do want to watch them. But I also do want to see this this series. So I'd be curious to know why you think they shouldn't touch it. Is it another Jaws and that kind of things that he shouldn't be touched? But let me know on that one. The other news this week was Kermode and Mayo's film review is coming to an end now. It's coming to an end apparently on April the 1st. Now, as soon as I saw that date, alarm bells rang. I really, really hope that this is an April Fool's joke. But there are a lot of people saying, no, it's not an April Fool's joke, this is actually happening. So I sincerely hope not. I listen to the podcast every week at work while I'm cleaning, and it sails 2 hours by very, very quickly. I love it, absolutely love it. So I really, truly hope that is either false news or it is an April Fool's joke, but time will tell on that one. The other thing was the Obi-Wan trailer that Lee Barber posted. I've just got round to watching that. My God, that looks incredible. That really does look great. Streaming on Disney Plus. Don't get Disney Plus. I can't get it on bloody Virgin Media. They keep saying it's going to turn up on there at some point soon. And I really hope it does, because I want to watch The Mandalorian, which I've heard is superb, and this Obi-Wan looks amazing. Yes, I could download it, but I would really, really like to watch it digital quality on Disney Plus. So I'm hoping that that arrives on Virgin, because that's the one and only channel that I now want to subscribe to on Virgin. I've got Prime, I've got Netflix, I've subscribed to BritBox, Shudder, the BFI player, and there's one called IMDb, which is absolutely played with more adverts than I've ever seen on any film. I started watching something a few nights ago, I can't remember what it was, but within 15 minutes we'd have 3 commercial breaks, and I thought, sod this, and that was the end of that one. So, but I would like to get Disney Plus. That's probably the last extra channel that I want to subscribe to, and that would be to watch Obi-Wan. And seeing that, obviously, I got myself some books this week. I was looking at Star Wars books on Amazon, and I was only intending to buy one, and I ended up buying 3. I've not started any of them yet, but you got Why We Love Star Wars, The Great Moments That Built a Galaxy Far, Far Away. That's quite a thick book, so that's going to take some getting through. But I really fancied that one from the read up. The other one that I like the look of was this one. Star Wars, growing up in the UK with an American cultural phenomenon. It's basically the phenomenon of Star Wars seen through the eyes of a kid. Now, I'd have been 15 when Star Wars actually came out, so I can totally empathise with what this kid is saying. I'm hoping it's going to be as good as it looks, because it looks a really nice little book, that, so I'm looking forward to getting into that one. And the final one, I couldn't resist this one. The Star Wars phenomenon in Britain. The blockbuster impact and the galaxy of merchandise. So it's basically a book all about the actual everything to do with Star Wars, including the merchandise, loads of photos stuff. Yep, looking forward to getting into that one. That looks like it's going to be a flick through and dip into book rather than a read from cover to cover. The other thing I got hold of, not Star Wars related at all, throwaway history. What it is, let's see, all our yesterdays brought to life in a way that's unique and completely compelling. It's basically brands. You're going to have lots of chocolate bar wrappers and brands of stuff that we used to buy in the 60s and 70s. They reckon this is absolutely amazing. It cost a small fortune to get this, but I've been after it for ages and I've finally got it. I might settle down and watch that one a bit later on. Now then, what have I been watching this week? I've been continuing with my little odyssey, looking at the Oscar contenders for this year. It's not the easiest of things to do. It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. A lot of these Oscar contenders are sort of 2.5, 3 hours long. There's a Japanese movie that's 3 hours long that I really want to watch, but finding 3 hours to actually sit and watch it is another matter. What I did get the chance to watch this week is this, West Side Story. Now, this is the original 1961 version of the musical. Absolutely loved it. I've never seen this before. I've seen bits of it, but I've never sat through the whole thing before, and I thought this was absolutely brilliant. And then, obviously, I needed to move on to the Steven Spielberg remake. I remember hearing about this a few years ago, that he was interested in doing it. He'd done action films, he'd done comedies, he'd done all sorts of things. The one thing he'd not done that he really wanted to do was a musical. And it was going to be West Side Story, because he grew up with the soundtrack album of this. His mother and father bought it when he was a kid, and he just played it to death. And he remade it. What can I say about this? Absolutely brilliant. Well done, Steven Spielberg. You pulled it off. I did think when I first heard about it, is it really a wise idea? How on earth? I had this horrible vision of it being some sort of an updated, set in modern times with a rap music soundtrack, and and they're going to be saying, yeah, but the essence of it is still there, and I'm going to be saying, no, it isn't. It looks nothing like it. This is exactly how I would have wanted a remake of West Side Story to look. It's still set in the 1960s. The period detail is absolutely superb. The songs have been updated slightly, but not massively. It is completely recognisable as that. They're very much similar, very, very similar. But I thought that was amazing. The choreography, the music. Favourite number has got to be Officer Krupke. I absolutely love that. In the original, it was brilliant, and they've updated it absolutely brilliantly in the new version. So, yeah, well done, Steven Spielberg. I didn't think you could do it, not that way, but you have. You've done an absolutely wonderful job. So, West Side Story is highly recommended. As an Oscar winner, yeah, I think it's up there. I do. I still hold with Belfast at the moment for Best Picture. But we'll see. I've got quite a few to get through yet. Obviously with West Side Story I had to get the soundtracks as well, which I haven't listened to yet, so I've got the original soundtrack there for the movie, and then obviously the remake soundtrack, so that one's probably going in the car at some point. Now then, the quote thing I did last week, well done, Jason, you got that one right. You didn't actually name the film, but I know what you meant. Yes, it was Jaws. So this week, the quote for this week, this is probably a little bit more difficult. If you've seen it, you will know it straight away. I love this film. It's a difficult watch, but I enjoyed it. And the quote is this: 3 simple words. Here we go. Is it safe? That's it. That's all it is. Is it safe? So what movie is that from? Drop your answers in the comments or whatever. Bin it or keep it for this week. I bought this a while ago and watched it once and enjoyed it. I'm going to watch it again to see whether it's worth keeping. The Meg. Oh my God, this is a divisive film. Some people love it and some just thought it was crap. I thought it was really good for what it was. So long as you don't think of Jaws, you're all right, because it's nothing like Jaws. It's a comedy, horror, action type thing. Jason Statham battling a shark the size of a street. I thought it was amazing. I watched it again last night and still thought it was amazing. I thought it was just great fun. The sequel is now in production. I think it's called something like The Trench, and it is actually based on the sequel book that this one was based on. So I'm really looking forward to watching that. And I know there's going to be a lot of people out there saying, bin it, for Christ's sakes, bin it. I'm going to keep this one. This is a keeper for me. So, right, I think that's it for this week. I think we've covered just about everything on here. I'm just looking at this, making sure I've not missed anything. Jason, yeah, that's pretty much it. Right, thanks for joining me, folks. If you've enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up and also subscribe. That would be amazing. And as I say, Joe, keep up the work with the videos. Loving them, mate. Right, take care, folks, and I will see you all again next week. Have a great weekend, what's left of it, and I will talk to you all again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.